Hey, Manny. I'm not gonna talk very long. Waiting on my niece. She want to go live, but she been trying to go live. Y'all see the title? Whoever coming in, that's what she's gonna talk about. But until she ready to come in the room, I've been trying to watch. Well, not trying. I just got to watching almost 5 things. I had all my gadgets in front of me. I watched Lady Nika, Mimi, ODS. Who else? Who else? A little Yusef. Anyway, everybody was just live all at one time just then. And I was going back and forth, back to this live, back to that live. And then I was just trying to watch Miss Pizarro, but she went off. I don't know what happened. Her sound started going, haywire. So she went off. Now, the people question the baby. I don't know too much about that. That's why my niece will handle it. But I told her she can always, jump on here whenever she wants to. But I told her, sometimes I'll be watching people that come on at different times of the day. But that's fine. She's not discussing that over there. So I wait till she get ready. So I'm behind at y'all. But I did catch up on some of Jay Wilson's chat with that lady, Mama D. And so now I'm kind of confused a little bit on what to believe and what not to believe. And one did Mama D, do you want a channel? But she told some of everything that she didn't send a call in with me in other panels. And because she was very comfortable with Jay Wilson and she wanted to be where in the evening where the most numbers be at. So I don't know. But I've already talked about that. I've already gave my opinion on that. So I'm done with that. Far as over there where the Avatar's going to die, I'm gonna watch some more stuff, and I feel like I need to come discuss it a little bit. Then I will. Janie, whenever you get ready, let me see, because I'm gonna be monitoring her from another room because I got something to do. I'm gonna be grabbing my gadget. I don't know if Miss Pizarro came back on or not. I don't know if Miss Pizarro came back on or not, but she's not into the rah-rah like that. So, but that's what you're gonna. I gotta get my gadget. I'll be moderating for you. Give me a minute. Okay. I gotta let my gadget over here charge up.
Okay.
So, hey, Morgan.
Hey, Morgan. Hello, everyone. Hello from wherever you're watching in the morning, afternoon, evening. Hello. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I'm going to be on here briefly. I'm only going to talk about a few topics that caught my attention. And the first one is the Megan Thee Stallion interview that she recently had with Gayle King. Now, and I know if y'all have been keeping up with it like I have, and we're tired. At this point, we are tired. I'm tired. You're tired. We are all tired. But what's more tiresome about this whole entire issue is not because it's been long awaited from 2020 and here it is now 2022, but for the simple fact that it's still a forever battle of if she's telling the truth or not. But she recently decided to sit down yesterday with Gayle King and have an interview, and pretty much she said, "Hi, Rye Black. Hi, Voodoo." And she pretty much said, okay, well, if you guys don't know, back in 2020, Megan Thee Stallion, the American rapper, was shot by Tory Lanez, or supposedly, allegedly shot by Tory Lanez, and it's been a never-ending battle. They have yet to go to court yet or anything. Um, but Megan Thee Stallion has sat down yesterday with Gayle King to give an interview, and she got emotional and things like that. And pretty much her reasoning behind why she lied initially about the situation is because she said that pretty much she's a Black woman in America. That was her go to with it. She was like, well, we are all Black people. He had a firearm, and so automatically when police are called and we are Black, she was like, it was a potential chance that they would have shot us and killed us all just based off of that, which there is some truth to it. However, at the same time, it has yet to be a full story. Obviously, she was shot by him. There was video footage from the helicopters and pictures that she even posted herself of the wounds on her feet. So that really shouldn't even be a debate, in my opinion. The more thing that should be debatable is, why did it happen? And that's what I'm really waiting for. I don't honestly care necessarily about the interview or anything like that, only because I just want to hear the full story of what led up to the event. Because we as people from the outside looking in, we could piece our own puzzle pieces together. I remember last year or the year before that, when it actually happened, people were saying that they were at like the Kardashians' house and Kylie Jenner might have been flirting with him and this, that, and the other. So I'm just really curious as to know what's the real story, what led up to it. Tory Lanez, I don't think that he's hi, Keisha Bishop. Tory Lanez, I doubt that he's mentally unstable like that to just go off and start shooting. So I really want to know. And not only that, she wasn't necessarily honest the complete interview that she had with Gayle King. For example, when it came to the sexual relationship part, notice how she hesitated. But everybody, if you guys remember, everybody knows that Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez had dated. It was all over the Shade Room back in 2020 that they were dated. They were spot everywhere. She said that they just had a really close relationship. And she hesitated when it came to the question of, did she have any romantic or sexual relationship with him? Which I feel like we're all grown here, so just say it, obviously. But yes, not only that, I don't feel as if her team has her best interest at heart. A lot of people are like, okay, well, for example, I just seen it. It was posted 3 hours ago that a couple of women like Vivica A. Fox, Issa Rae, and a whole bunch of other women from, I don't know what TV show, but the panel, they had pretty much all sat down and gave their opinions on what had happened. And I agree with Vivica Fox when she said that she feels as if her advisor, they feel as though she feels as though Megan Thee Stallion should just keep quiet about the whole situation and just continue to gather evidence until it goes to the courthouse, which I agree. But I'm pretty sure she wouldn't even be talking about the situation if her legal advisors didn't advise her to do so, unless her lawyers are the one in her team is in charge of all of that things. And I honestly don't feel as if anybody has her best interest at heart, because it just looks all wrong. Every other week, she's going off on these random rants on Twitter, responding to Tory Lanez, saying things that, and honestly, is just making, in her case, look worse. Now, me personally, I believe her based off of the facts that she was shot. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly caused it. Nobody, no mentally stable person is just going to out the blue choose to just shoot you, especially since they were, in her words, so close. He didn't just randomly shoot you. So that's what I want her to be honest about. But moving on, I also wanted to talk about the situation with the baby. Now, the baby is a wild firecracker, and I feel like his PR team is just completely tired of him being in the vlogs for something negative. Um, the baby honestly has been problematic, in my opinion, from the moment he first came out. If you guys know, in one of his songs, some of his favorite songs, that song, Lamborghini, brand new Lamborghini, and I got a cop car, pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. He also stated in that song that he shot somebody when his daughter was at the age of 2, and he claimed self-defense. Also, he had that him and his friends had jumped Danny Lay's brother at the bowling alley a couple months ago. He just recently shot someone who was on his property at the mansion, and just a few days ago he has also fought somebody after his concert. He literally like just two-pieced this guy. So honestly, I think it's safe to say that the baby has a record for being completely violent. Reason being, no one really knows. But recently, there's been a video circulating over his first charge that, well, I don't know if you can call it a charge because he did win that case and it did rule out to be self defense. But people have been recircling it over Twitter where he was at Walmart and all you can pretty see is some guy like saying something to him or something like that, and the guy walks away and you could just see like the baby like pull out his gun and pretty much shoot him on the camera. And so a lot of people are painting this negative type of light and saying like, oh, I think people need to really check in to see if the baby's self defense claims are really self defense and things like that. Honestly, I don't know, but I feel as though his recent actions that he's had since last year up until now has just been nothing but this violentness. But at the same time, it could be a little bit of self jealousy people have as well, because I'm pretty sure had it been any other race that's a popular celebrity or anything like that, it wouldn't have even been a question. Same thing with the Megan Thee Stallion case. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's not real, this, that, and the other. But I feel as though had she or him been any other race, it wouldn't have been a question. This whole ongoing battle people are having on Twitter and social media, it wouldn't even be a doubt in people's mind. If a white woman said that this is what happened, automatically he would be locked up in jail. But since she's a black woman, everybody's fighting so hard to try to cancel her. And same thing with the baby. It's honestly just crazy. I can't imagine how his PR team feels constantly seeing it. He really needs to chill out, especially now since he does have multiple kids. Also, his new daughter, his new addition to his family by Danny Lay as well. He really should stop with this over violent role. It's really not a good look at him. And I can't imagine when his kids get older seeing all of this and being like, wow, that's my dad. That's not a good look at all. Also, I wanted to talk about Nicki Minaj. Nobody really, I'm not sure if you guys don't know this, but I'm pretty much a Barb fan, and I've been watching the Nicki Minaj thing that's been happening where a lot of the girlies are mad and is throwing shade. For example, Ruby Rose, she was on an interview. Um, with who? Was it the Breakfast Club with Angela? She was on an interview with someone, and she pretty much said, "Hi, Miss Gerald." She pretty much said that I don't even know how Nikki even got on topic, but Ruby Rose pretty much said, yeah, I can't date anyone who doesn't make more money than me or as much money as me. And from her making that comment, she coughs under her breath and say, like Nicki Minaj. And it was just like, wow, shade is thrown there. And then from there, you have Erica Banks, who also decided to make throw shots pretty much at Coyle Ray and say, I think Nicki Minaj should have girls that really rap. Her words, I should have girls that Nicki Minaj should feature girls that can really rap Wooty Woo Woo Woo, which was another shot. And pretty much Nicki Minaj finally did step in and make her own tweet about it, and how she was saying that she doesn't owe anybody anything. And not only that, she worked hard for where she got. And if anybody really wants to be on a feature, do what she did back in the day, which was a song that she liked. She would just play the instrumental, freestyle to it, and send it to a person. And it's honestly just crazy. Hi, Morgan. And it's honestly just crazy, but I don't blame her at all. And it'd be the same supposed female rappers who bash Nicki, but in the same sentence beg her for a feature. So it's like, Erica, what do you really want? What are you really looking for? How are you going to throw shots at her, but at the same time beg her for a feature? Not to mention, the City Girls did the exact same thing months ago in an interview, saying that Nicki Minaj has yet to give her a feature, this, that, and the third. So it's like, how do you expect anybody to feature you on their song or anything like that when all you're doing is saying something negative about her from the moment that you get? Not only that, with the Ruby Rose dating situation, she has no room to talk, considering her relationship that she had with DDG, which, if you guys paid attention to it, DDG is a famous he's a famous YouTuber, and Ruby Rose and DDG always had this on again, off again relationship, completely annoying, things like that. And yet here she is trying to tell Nicki Minaj how she should be living her life. Also, I wanted to talk about the Benzino situation, because I know as well he's been fighting for his life. Okay. He's been fighting for his life. What people say on TikTok, he's been fighting for his life in the group chat, which pretty much he sat down with Candy Burris to discuss his career, his relationship with Koi, his opinion on trans women and other headlines and things like that. And it's just not looking good for him at all. But I didn't want to necessarily talk about him anymore. I really wanted to talk about Koi Leray, because Koi, I feel like she's been eating it up and she's handling it well. She has sat down recently and did her own interview, which she had explained her relationship with her father better, and how she's actually praying for him and praying that he gets well and that he gets better and things like that, which I think is very positive. That's a positive way to look at things. Um, let's see. Yeah, which I think is a very positive way to look at things, and the way that she's handling everything that is, yeah, I think she's handling it really well. And I feel as though it could be somewhat inspirational, especially since her father is the same man who even told her that he was pretty much going to disown her for wanting to explore her sexuality. So the fact that she's encouraging other people to just pray for her dad and to um just believe that he's going to get better and come around and things like that. So that's really good. And I also wanted to talk about the Kardashian case versus Black China. This is a really interesting topic. Kylie Jenner had called herself trying to, here's what I have to say about the Kardashian and Black China case. Kylie Jenner and the Kardashian family are losing, sadly. They're going out sadly. Kylie Jenner yesterday decided to talk about Tyga. She threw Tyga, Black China's baby daddy, into it and said that there's an arm on Tyga's, there's a scar on Tiger's arm, that China had cut him there from like years ago. And it's like, what does that have anything to do with the case at all? That has nothing to do with the case at all, which lets you know that they're really going out sad and they're fighting for their life. But since they want to talk about it so bad and they're bringing up all these irrelevant things that has nothing to do with it, I feel as though they should flip the case around. And since Kylie wants to make herself involved in the situation, throw up the fact that since she's on the topic of Tyga, talk about how Tyga was dating her when she was still a minor. That's a statutory rape charge. But they want to leave that part out. They're trying to keep it nice and nasty. And that's just not okay at all. China is definitely winning the case, and she's handling it really well, in my opinion. The only thing that I don't like so far about what I've heard from the case is because they're bringing up this irrelevant things. I know Rob had brought up the fact that China had held a gun to him and things like that, and was like, oh, I'm scared for my life, blah blah blah. And China was like, no, it was a joke. So I just feel as though they're using every little thing that they can to try to get her canceled and things like that. But I honestly feel as though China, she's holding her own and she's doing really really good with the case. Kudos to her. I'm hoping she wins it. I know also Johnny Depp and his wife has been on trial as well, which I don't know if you guys have followed it, but I had just so happened to see NBC on the live, and I feel as though Johnny is doing somewhat good, okay too in his case. The only thing is that his ex is definitely playing the role of the damsel in distress role, the fake tears on the sand, the oh no, he was abusive, things like that. And Johnny is just keeping his composure. He's very calm. Um, love to see it.
Hey, y'all, back here listening. This is a moderator. This is a moderator. You can't see it on here.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to let you know who the moderators are. Y'all, I'm just letting my niece do this. This is walking here. I wanted her to show. I wanted to show her who the moderators. I seen Paulette speak when I was over there. I came here to show you that's a moderator too. Because I told her yesterday, I was trying to tell her the names. That's moderators. Okay, go ahead. I'm going back over here. All right.
Okay. But yes, back to the Black China and Kardashian case. They have Black China is very much holding her own, which I love to see. The Kardashians are doing everything in their power to throw in irrelevant things that has nothing to do with it. Kylie talking about a scar on Tyga's hand, on Tyga's arm. What does that have anything to do with it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What does that have anything to do with you guys getting her show canceled? Which, for those of you who guys don't know, Black China has her own show on the Zeus TV network. I don't know the name of it, but I know it was pretty much a reality show. I might have tuned in myself back when it first started of her life. And they're just being a Kardashian, which is pretty much playing people, blackmailing people, blackballing black women, and trying to silence them and things like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about today. If you guys missed it, you guys can definitely watch the replay. I talked about Megan the Stallion, I talked about the baby, I talked about Benzino, Coyle Ray, Nicki Minaj, just a few people, and some things that have been brought to my attention. And I recently just talked about the Black China and Kardashians case, but that's all I wanted to hop on and talk about for a little bit. And so now I'm going to pass it over to Auntie Bless.
Okay, well, baby, did good. Thank you. I was in the other room, y'all, watching her talk. She does pretty good. Now, the reason why I just cut in and told her what the moderators were, because she was asking me the other day, and she can't see it on here. So I was trying to point out who they are and that it's in blue. So when I was in the kitchen and I was just watching, and I saw blue when Paulette came, I came to show her, see, you could tell in the blue, but you can't see it on here. So I wasn't trying to rudely interrupt her. Yeah, I'm just trying to school on a few things before she start her YouTube channel, because I know that's what she want to do. And as y'all can hear, she's into all the reality stuff. And I'm really pretty much lost because I don't keep up with Coyle Ray, Benzino daughter, total different generation. I guess it's rap music. I don't know what it is. And who else? The baby. Now, of course, I'll talk about Benzino. course, I'll talk about Nature Boy, but she's just to all that. But then she's young. That's what they do. And I definitely never talk about Nicki Minaj. I never been into Nicki Minaj, but like she said, she's a fan. So I just told her whatever she talk about, just talk about it. If that's what she like, what stick, sticks, or don't. And because a lot of people that watch me, I'm assuming, don't watch Nicki. I guess some of y'all do, but yeah, she did do a good job. I was just before she came on, I was just saying, I think I was watching about 5 lives at the same time not too long ago. And then I was just watching Miss Pizarro and her sound messed up and then she went off. So I told Janie, I said, okay, because I told her I'm going to watch the people, one of the ladies, young ladies that I normally watch, when she's live. So I'll watch it for a little while before I would come on. But she fell off and I said, okay, then we'll go ahead because I'm not watching her because she left. And that's how that went. But let me reiterate. I did watch a little Jay Wilson with Mama D. Who else? Oh, and I don't know what's going on with Pizarro and Reed, but I'm assuming Reed was taken up for Dory and saying that nobody's letting Dory tell a story. I guess that's what I took from the little bit that she was saying before she went off, because nobody's stopping Dory from running her mouth like that. So I guess that's what I took from it. I don't know what went on. But hey, Ray Black, Paulette Waters, Voodoo, Keisha, Miss Gerald, so that's what I took from it because nobody is stifling her. So that's true. Now I got a problem, Reed, but Reed, you're wrong right there. If I'm saying it right, because it went off so quickly, and I was just wondering if that what she was saying. Nobody is hindering her from dropping whatever tea because ever since she turned against all of us and she had so much tea and she was going to out me and Lady Nika, she has not dropped any of these so-called receipts, whether it be text or anything, video or any recordings or anything, because there is none. That's just like the other ladies. They kept saying, well, what a receipt for Bless. If Bless, nobody ever dropped receipts. I'm still waiting on them. But I know how people can rig up some receipts and get some text message and put a comment here. That's why you can't even believe all the text that you see these days. Auto recording, because you got some people that's totally computer savvy that can definitely do that. Okay, and it is what it is. But it's been almost 30 minutes. This was her show. So whenever she comes on to talk, I'm always put Janie Speaks so people can know that if they want to come over here, she's going to be talking about the celebrity stuff. Yeah, with that said, anybody anything want to talk about before I go? It can be anything because she's done and she's in another room. And I don't really do the rah-rah with her like that. I don't want her to get caught up in that. I want her to just stay the course of what she's doing till she make up her mind, which I think she do, like YouTube better than the other places. I really do think that because she's just interested. Last time when she was out here and I let her talk, and she was what, like 17, going on 18 then. So yeah, she knows her stuff when it comes to celebrity talk. We be watching them all. So do any of y'all know about the baby? And I don't know if any of the people in my chat right now even keep up with that. If they do, that's cool. But I don't. But yeah, she did a good job. I don't know. That must, these new rappers. But the only thing I knew about the baby myself, I watched a little bit of Willie D Live. And I don't know if she mentioned it to y'all because I was kind of busy too also when she was talking. Let me get to that live and see. I watched a little bit of Willie D Live, and he got a title on his saying the baby claims self-defense and murder. So I don't know. I know she knows about it. So I caught a little bit of that. So with that said, thanks for coming over, you guys. I'm gonna go. I wasn't trying to do nothing again, but I thought when I was watching Jay Wilson, I still might. I watched half of it. I'm gonna finish watching it. I might, if I come back, talk about that. Or what I normally do is wait till the morning. And I think from what I can see with the shades and the hat, she looks like that lady on that picture. I don't know. That's just the way I see it. So anyway, with that said, I got to say toodaloo and thank you guys for coming. See y'all later on, or for sure tomorrow morning. Toodaloo.